Hey, this is Chris from On Purpose, On Purpose. Grand Rising, great morning. Did you wake up today and just think, the experience that you're going through, it's not about the good or the bad. It's just about the experience. Now, let me break this down to you, right? So I woke up this morning, I woke up out of rest, and I thought about roller coasters. I don't know why I think about a roller coaster, right? Because I love roller coasters. But I thought about how boring would a roller coaster be if it was just one straight out track? If it was just one straight, pew, no clank, 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 none of that, right? None of that. No up, down, loop-de-loop, sideways, right? Because it's the experience, right? This is how life is. As we move through this realm, it's like a roller coaster ride, but we chose to come. We chose to come to this amusement park. We didn't know how many rides will be here, right? But we chose to come. So while we're here, you clank, 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 going up, we're going up, we're going up. You don't hear nobody crying. Man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of going up. I don't want to ride this ride anymore. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? No. You see people when they're riding roller coasters up, they got their hands up, they're screaming, they're in anticipation. Why? Because they know. They know that what goes up must come down. And what goes down, baby, is always gonna come up. The experience. Step back from it. Step back from life and don't examine good or bad. I know we have excuse me, our moral compass to tell us what good and bad is. Truly, you have feelings of things that you desire and you're like, nah, okay, I desire this, I don't desire that. But I'm talking about look at good and bad as just a whole. As just a whole. It is a duality. When you live in the space between good and bad and you don't make too much of good and you don't really make too much of bad, because out of every tragedy, there's always triumph. Out of every triumph, there's always another need of a necessity to make another thing to triumph over. So it's just a balance. It's a balance. So while we're going through this experience, this roller coaster ride, this park that we came here for, enjoy the experience. Enjoy the experience. Don't worry about what's good and what's bad. Just know that what goes up must come down. You understand? And what goes down will always come up. Stay down. Stay down on what you're doing. Now, please don't take this out of context and say, oh, certain things are bad. No, listen to me, man. The higher you raise your consciousness and your elevation, you'll realize that a lot of things that you cared about yesterday don't mean nothing. They don't mean a thing. They don't mean a thing. Knowledge of self is like walking through a home, man. It's like walking through a mansion, right? And it's all blacked out. It's pitch black. Every time you learn something about yourself, you find a light switch to a new room. So now you're opening up, new rooms in this mansion that you live in. Are you gonna consistently look from the living room into that room back there like, it's dark back there. I'm scared. I don't want to go back. Nah, man. Nah. You face your fears. You do the shadow work. You continue to heal. Shout out to Unique and Unapologetic Tarot, man. Hey, shout out. Hey, big shout out. Because she always talks about healing, man. Healing. That is the highest thing that we can do. And she said something else I'm going to expound upon, because for a long time, I was one of those people that was like, God, get my enemies. God, get my enemies. Why you not getting my enemies? Angels, ancestors, why you not down on them? Well, two things. If you sit and wait to see what's happening to somebody else, you're going to miss what's going on in your life right now, right? Okay. And God goes to who needs, right? God has already straightened them out, man. You need to do the healing, and that's why God has been with you. He hasn't, he or she or the entity itself, or even the thought process in the higher self being God. You needed that healing. They didn't need to be destroyed, because by doing the healing, you destroy anything outside of yourself that's not for your greater good. Yeah. And I'm going to say something else too, right? You can't win the game by standing in the bleachers, right? You can't win the game by standing in the bleachers, You really, truly can't. You got to get in the game. You got to realize that everything that you do right now will impact you in the fourth quarter. It will impact you postseason. It's gonna affect your stats. Yeah, yeah. You ain't think about that, huh? You got stats, my guy. Mommy, you got stats. Yeah, I'm putting up points. I'm coming out here, man. Listen, I'm trying to be like the greatest of all time, Kobe. You feel me? A lot of people might disagree with me, but I don't. Do some research on the man. The man was, his level of focus was unmatched. Unmatched. I digress, I'm sorry. But this amusement park that we're in, called life. Please don't walk around the amusement park and look at every ride and say, the line's too long. Why did I come here? The line's too long. This costs too much money. I only rode 2 rides while I was here, but you rode a ride. You showed up. You set the intention to show up. Find the joy in that you set your intention to show up and now you're here, man. Hey, it doesn't matter how long the line is. When it's your time, it's your time. Enjoy it. You feel me? The ups, downs, the down, the round, enjoy it. Take a moment, throw your hands to the sky and scream. Because you only have one ride, at least in this life. The next one, hey man, you might get a season pass or something. You might come back and ride it all. Hey, but this is Chris on purpose, man. Grand Rising, great morning. Listen, we came here. We're here. Let's not complain about it. Let's get to it. Let's have some fun.